Here is something worth thinking about. Japan is one of the most powerful economies in the world, and right now it is actively looking for workers from other countries, including the Philippines. Not just any workers, but people who can communicate, follow instructions, and understand the culture. And the one thing that makes all of that possible is language. Learning Japanese is no longer just a hobby or something people do because they love anime. It has become one of the smartest career moves a Filipino can make today, and here is exactly why. Japan is facing a serious problem that is not going away anytime soon. Its population is getting older, and fewer young people are being born to replace the workforce. This is called a demographic crisis, meaning the number of working-age people is shrinking while the demand for workers keeps growing. To fill that gap, Japan has been opening its doors to foreign workers, and the Philippines is one of the top countries being looked at. Filipinos are already known for being hardworking, adaptable, and caring, qualities that Japanese employers genuinely value. But the missing piece for most applicants is language. Companies in Japan are far more likely to hire, promote, and trust someone who can speak even basic Japanese compared to someone who cannot communicate at all. Language is not just a skill here, it is the key that opens the door. The industries with the most demand right now are healthcare, caregiving, construction, manufacturing, hospitality, and food service. These are not small or temporary jobs. Japan needs people in these fields for the long term, and they are willing to offer competitive salaries, housing support, and legal working visas to get them. A Filipino caregiver who speaks Japanese can earn significantly more than one who relies entirely on a translator or a supervisor to get through the day. The ability to speak directly with patients, elderly residents, or clients builds trust, and in Japan, trust is everything in a professional setting. It is the difference between being seen as a temporary hire and being seen as someone worth investing in. But the benefits of learning Japanese do not stop at getting a job. Once you are actually living and working in Japan, the language becomes part of every single part of your daily life. Reading signs, understanding your contract, talking to your neighbors, shopping at the grocery store, handling medical appointments, all of these become much less stressful when you are not completely lost. Filipinos who go to Japan without any language preparation often describe the first few months as overwhelming and isolating. Those who arrived with even a basic understanding of Japanese describe a completely different experience. They felt less afraid, more confident, and more capable of building a real life there rather than just surviving it. There is also the matter of cultural understanding, which is something people underestimate. Japan has a very specific work culture. Punctuality is not just expected, it is a form of respect. Silence sometimes means disagreement, not agreement. The way you address your boss or a senior coworker follows very specific rules. These things are not written in a job description, but they affect your reputation every single day. When you study Japanese, you do not just learn words and grammar, you also absorb the mindset and values behind the language. You start to understand why things are done a certain way. That kind of cultural awareness makes Filipinos not just easier to work with, but genuinely respected in the workplace. For those who want to make language learning official and measurable, the JLPT, which stands for Japanese Language Proficiency Test, is the most recognized Japanese language certification in the world. Passing even the lower levels, like N4 or N3, can already make a resume stand out. Reaching N2 or N1 opens up a much wider range of jobs, including office work, translation, and technical roles that pay significantly more. Many Filipino workers in Japan have shared that passing a JLPT level led directly to a pay increase or a promotion. It is one of the few certifications where the effort has a very clear and direct return. And here is what often gets overlooked. Learning Japanese is also useful even for Filipinos who never plan to go to Japan. Japanese companies have offices, factories, and partnerships all over the world, including in the Philippines. Knowing Japanese makes someone valuable in business process outsourcing, tourism, translation, and customer service roles that deal with Japanese clients. The demand for Japanese-speaking Filipinos exists locally too, and it is growing. So the investment in learning the language does not require a plane ticket to pay off. There is also a personal side to this that is worth mentioning. Learning a second or third language has been shown to sharpen memory, improve focus, and strengthen problem-solving skills. Japanese is particularly challenging because it uses 3 writing systems, hiragana, katakana, and kanji, and the sentence structure is very different from English or Filipino. That challenge is actually a good thing. Every time the brain works hard to learn something unfamiliar, it is building new connections. People who study Japanese often find that their overall ability to learn other things also improves. It is mental training with real-world rewards. So, to put it simply, Japan needs workers. Filipinos are well positioned to fill those roles, and Japanese language skills are the single biggest advantage anyone can bring to that opportunity. Whether the goal is working abroad, advancing a local career, or simply becoming a sharper and more globally competitive person, learning Japanese is one of the most practical and forward-looking decisions a Filipino can make right now. The question is not really whether it is worth it. The question is how soon to start. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for Japanese and Korean language learning content, fun ESL class stories, sometimes even the toxic ones, plus videos about pets, plants, and anything interesting I discover in my daily life.